Hi guys, this is Legend Forever and I am back and I am ready to rank a pretty big franchise. We will be going with the Middle-earth franchise, which consists of 3 Hobbit movies and 3 Lord of the Rings movies. This is honestly one of my favorite franchises of all time. I hear the books are better than the movies. As soon as I read them, I will confirm if that is true or not. And while you're watching this, please consider clicking that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notified about my latest videos. And we will begin with the worst and go with The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. I will only be going with the extended edition for these movies, so I may redo these for another one because who knows? Maybe one of the reasons I liked them in this order was because there was more scenes in this. The Hobbit and the Desolation of Smog, it's not that good. It's okay. It did have some adventure. I don't think they were able to capture the amazingness of Middle Earth in this too well. It was okay. I thought Smaug... his own name is so hard to say. Smog was an okay villain as a really cool dragon. He wasn't bad. Bilbo was a lot better in The Hobbit than he was in The Lord of the Rings. He was wasted in Lord of the Rings, in my opinion. It's honestly an okay movie, but if I had to go for an adventure film, I doubt I would go for this one. We are now going in to go with number 5, which is The Hobbit and the Battle of the Five Armies, extended edition. The Hobbit and the Battle of the Five Armies, the extended edition, is a reasonably well-made movie. It has action, it has death, it has destruction, it has character. It has some really cool characters. I think my favorite character in the entire Lord of the Rings franchise is gotta be Legolas, and since he was added into the Hobbit movies, he's really amazing. It's an amazing film. I love the action in this. Apparently, the extended edition is rated R. I don't know why. I think the Lord of the Rings might have been more violent than this. I thought the final battle between the orc and the dwarf was awesome. Some the deaths I was in denial about because I didn't want them to die because I did like them. They were so nice, but eventually it was inevitable. We all knew that in a big movie franchise like this, someone important will have to die. Like for the MCU, they killed off Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow. But we are now moving into number 4, and we will go with The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey, the extended edition. Don't get me wrong, I like the Hobbit movies, but they're just not a match for the Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit and the Unexpected Journey was a pretty good movie. I thought the storyline was good. I thought it was really funny seeing Bilbo's reaction to dwarves just keep on appearing in his room than an amazingly tall wizard. How he was having to play host to it. How he was invited on a journey. He decided to go. People thought he was crazy and that he was dead. And I thought it was good. Getting to see Gollum again is cool. I thought that the music in this is just so iconic and so amazing. I absolutely adore this franchise, and you can't say I'm wrong. You just can't. And Frodo, getting to see him again because this is a prequel to The Lord of the Rings, an amazing movie, and I do enjoy it. We will go into third place, and we will go with The Lord of the Rings and the Two Towers. The Lord of the Rings and the Two Towers, we're going with the extended edition here because that's the only ones I've seen so far. Well, I've seen the others, but it's been a while. But getting to see Gollum as more of a main lead in this than he was in The Hobbit because he was only in an unexpected journey, and even that it was just like a little riddle thing he was in. But it was good to see him. Gollum, I thought it was really cool to see how we get to see how he had like two sides of him. Like he wanted to be Smeagol, but he also wanted to have his precious. I thought the way that the ring was corrupting Frodo was cool. The way the actor just brought him to life and brought how he was like basically going mad, just like Bilbo did. Bilbo started getting corrupted by the ring and ended up just wanting it so bad, but in the end he had it taken away from him, and when the ring was destroyed, he lost all of his looks and became old because the ring grants you forever life, I believe. I think it's an amazing movie. I thought that Saruman was good. There were just some things that seemed to be a bit boring at times. And coming from the Lord of the Rings, that's a bit rich because this is amazing, but I still have a very fun time with this, and I may turn it on frequently, but definitely my least favorite out of the Lord of the Rings movies. Not the Hobbit movies, the Lord of the Rings movies. We're going to go, and our runner-up, we go with The Lord of the Rings and The Fellowship of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings and The Fellowship of the Rings is the original. The thing that started it all, the spark that lit the fire. That I just quoted Star Wars. Something I just love this. I love the Fellowship of the Ring, the team of it, like consisting of that the one dwarf, Bilbo, Sam, Pippin, and I can't remember the other hobbit's name. There was Legolas. There was the king, I think I mentioned. Plus there was one more guy. But that's a really good team, and I loved getting to see Gandalf and how they were talking about Gollum and how Gollum's apparently following them. We didn't get to actually see his like full characterness until The Two Towers, but still an amazing movie. I thought this was so memorable. I mean, this honestly has to be like one of the best adventure films ever, along with best action movies. I thought it was really good to see Saruman and how he had apparently been evil the entire time. The Lord of the Rings was made before The Hobbit because a lot of prequels are made after, like the Star Wars ones. The Lord of the Ring, The Hobbit was made after the Lord of the Rings. I'll name some more probably later in a different video. But coming into first place, we're gonna go with the Lord of the Rings and the Return of the King, the extended edition. This I believe is amazing. I think it is phenomenal. Just all the battles in this. There were so many battles. They were so cool. The action was pure. I thought some of this, like the plot was amazing, but it was. There are no words to describe it. I thought that Gollum, getting to see Gollum frame Sam for eating all the bread, so Frodo basically just asked him to leave, and where Sam sees the bread that fell off, and he goes back up to save Frodo. How Gollum he snapped and apparently just tried to kill Frodo. He even bit Frodo's finger off. We get to see. When Frodo says goodbye, it's heartbreaking. You can't bear it. It's impossible. Everybody will miss him. He was so amazing, and you could really feel the emotions there. The actors were so good at the tears that they did. This is just a movie I love so much, getting to see Gollum's death scene. Well, you think he's died several times in that movie. But an amazing movie, but I do think it's not a perfect movie, but it's still good. Well, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to. It's completely up to you, and I will see you guys in my next video.